route, which I think lends itself to why the site was viable in the first place.
Alderman Ronnie Mosley sat down with us to talk about the site. All eyes are on his ward after the state shut down the city's first chosen migrant tent location in Brighton Park over environmental concerns. How is this site different than 38th in California?
The city noted that maybe there was a cleaners at one point in time there, and depending on how that cleaners got rid of their materials, that could be the only thing that they would foresee.
Different than in Brighton Park, where the former alderman told CBS 2 the site had been previously assessed for a school and a park, but was abandoned over the same environmental issues.
I'm quite surprised because the Public Building Commission knew that that site was contaminated.
Also different, an environmental review is in the works in Morgan Park before construction even begins. We're told soil was taken for testing 2 weeks ago. In Brighton Park, the two are happening simultaneously.
We're just waiting for the results. The city said once those results come in, they'll share a timeline, and they're going to have a meeting to share the operations of that site.
Now our sources say the city plans on taking down the Brighton Park tents and moving them to Morgan Park, abandoning the gravel they laid down to solve the issue of contaminated soil and trading it for the concrete in this former Jewel parking lot. In Morgan Park, the alderman says the tents have an expiration date by October 31st, 2024. He was promised the tents would come down in Morgan Park Commons.
All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to your sincere Akimat pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth, risking your life to do so. I'm the brother Shaman from the Great Millstone branch of Chicago. Excuse me. And as you can see, you know, everybody's partying, everybody's, you know, we know what time it is. These people are drunk. All right, this year, you know, they didn't, usually, man, they shoot all night, you know, at least a couple hours, you know, last night, because today is the first. But last night, you know, they shot for about an hour, and then that was it. You know, and then they got new laws coming in 2024. You can't have a certain amount of bullets. All right, they got these camps coming in, you know, and you got this fool who's the alderman, which the scriptures talk about the elder, right? It talks about that in the scriptures. Basically, the elders will be at the gate, you know, and anybody coming in, they would inquire, you know, about, you know, their business in the city. All right, Lamentation 5:14. The elders have ceased from the gate, the young men from their music, And basically, the original site is over. I did a video on it, but it's over there in the Northern Kingdom spot, you know. I think it's Brighton Park, and then over here, it's right off of Halstead in the Hunnits on the south side, you know. And Jake is just, and you got this simpleton, you know, you could just look at simpleness in his face. Why would you allow them to build any kind of camp, and then they're going to be able to bring in, you know, military troops and this and that, and this turns into that? You know, Jake is foolish, man, but we understand what it is. These people, they take these payments, shit gets hard, and then, you know, life situations become difficult, and then, you know, people are left with the results of one person's bad decision. You know, you see what happens when an elder turns away, you know, from his duties, man. That's really a heavy position. The alderman. Every city, you know, they got these different neighborhoods. Well, I know here in the in the Midwest, that's kind of I believe it's like a French style of thing. You know, you have the main city, And then you have all these different other smaller cities. And then in the city, you know, you have different neighborhoods which are, they vote for different aldermen who make the decisions for those neighborhoods. Okay, which alderman goes back to elder. Let me see. Old English, alderman. Alderman. Ruler, prince, chief, chief officer of a shire. From Aldor, patriarch. Man. Presumably originally of elders of the clan or tribe. Exactly. The word yielded under Canute to Jarl Earl, and after the Norman conquest, the Count. I didn't know that. The Count. Having lost its specific sense, alderman was then applied to any head man, meaning head man of a guild, past to magistrate of a city. I just typed in elder at the gate, you know, because I'm not an elder, but I'm at the gates with the elders. Right? I just looked up elder at the gate. Deuteronomy 21:19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. Yep, another one. Deuteronomy 22:15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginities unto the elders of the city in the gate. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, right, if that man dies, his brother has to lay seed for him. My husband's brother refused to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He would not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Right? Different examples of the duties of what the elders would do. And this is what happens when, you know, Israel trusts in Egypt and they trust in the leaders who are set up by Egypt. All right? Because the last dynasty to rule Egypt was Esau. Okay, the Ptolemies. And then they came to a close. And this place is coming to a close the same way. It's Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right, showing that the devil is an actual person. You have the spiritual demon Satan, aka the devil. And then you have the man, who's the devil, aka the deceiver, the liar. Now, you really think that they're going to just be there? Okay, they're only going to be here for just a year. And then he gets some type of set-aside benefit. This is an extremely foolish decision, but hey, it's all going to be used for the will of the Lord. And that's why it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. No, we don't fear these things. The Lord have not given us a spirit of fear. Now, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But we're not afraid. These things are going to happen. All right, the Lord is about to set up all kind of shit. You got people coming here, they getting off the bus at Kankakee, at Rockford, and then the mayor tried to shut down all buses coming in. They can't come in or out unless they come between these times. Then the bus was dropping off people at the train station, and people were taking the train. You just got all these random people here. Random Africans, random Chinese. Who's not to say who's who? I guess they are still shooting. So like they're shooting in the background. But who's not to say who's who? All right. So Esau's about to lock this place down. And then, of course, hey, Revelation 13 has to be fulfilled. All right, they got to make it so that people have to, have that biometric ID. All right, back to the scriptures. It says that, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And some of us are really going to have to face death. All right? You're really going to have to face life and death situations. Been reading this book. The scriptures talk about us being, matter of fact, let me get that. Shit, we are the sacrifice. Now, some of us, it says, will not see death. All right? And the men who the Lord said that to, all those men died. So we know that many of us will get away. Many of us are not going to see death. But let's see how it plays out, man. It's all through the will of the Lord. Wisdom of Solomon 3. And one, in fact, let's read through it. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. All right, so any of his saints, that said the blood of the saints is precious, they're ultimately going to be at peace. All right, and it says the dead in Hamashiach will rise first. So they're going to be the first ones on the chariot, on the fathership. Then it says what? For they may be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. All right, and that's that offering. That burnt offering. All right, it's gonna be who he deems it to be. And at the time of their visitation, at which the Lord can bring you right back to life. He's done it before. All right, this is the time of miracles, man. The Lord said, I will work a work in that day that you will not believe. This is going to be a time of miracles. All right, miracles for the righteous and for the wicked. It's going to be a lot of death. It's going to be a lot of plague, famine. The different plagues of Salaki. The different plagues of Egypt. All right, the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks amongst the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. And Salaki about that again. It caught me off guard. And I thought I disabled that alone. All right, but that's what's about to happen, man. We're about to be given that seat to judge the nations. All right, the elect is, man. I'm putting myself in there, man. As far as I know, I'm of the elect until proven otherwise. All right, that's in my mind, man. I hope I'm a hopeful elect. That's how you just got to see yourself. And if you don't see yourself in that number, well, shit, you're not remembering, man. The Lord, with the Lord, nothing is impossible. All right, he's taking us from a Gentile state to understand all these different things. Brought us through all these hell situations. And I know it'd be situations like It's no way out of it. Only way out of it is to call on him and for him to come and show out. All right, and the Lord never disappoints. Calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, I've never been disappointed. I can truly say that. I've never went without. It was always something, that got me out of the jam. And I know it was the Lord. And this is the time where it's really going to be shown. All right, because just because you die as well, like you have people who passed on, a couple years back, 2020 and all that stuff. Well, the Lord could bring you right back and punish you. Daniel 12:2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. All right, you have some people who could the Lord could bring you back. There's another one I had. Yeah, I might have dropped it. Let's see. Okay, 2 Ezra 9. No, I wasn't tripping. Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. All right, you have people who, leave of natural causes or whatever. Well, guess what? The Lord could wake you up. The Lord could bring you back. Again, you thought you got away. The Lord will resurrect you and have you deal with all these right in the middle of the chaos. That's why it says, Matthew 10:28, fear not them which kill the body and are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Let's see what it says in the NET version. That's basically the same thing. All right, and the Lord, issues of life and death. All right, Psalm 68:20, he that is our power is the power of salvation. And unto the Most High, the Lord, belong the issues from death. All right, so the Lord can deliver you from any situation, man. The gates are closed. He can open the gates up. Right, the bridge is let up. He can let the bridge down. The door is locked. He can unlock the door. With the Lord, nothing is impossible. All right, but I can see it, man. I can see it because it's got to be, it's got to be at least a couple. It's probably damn near 50,000 people that just came here. So it's not gonna just be one camp. They're going to have to put up, a couple different sites. We'll see. I'm just speculating. But we know these times are coming, right? Because if they throw a lot of people in prison, them prisons, they don't have room for all these people, They have to set up, they have to set up something else where they have direct access to people. Right, like you saw right there, they had those tents and stuff set up. So, but you already know how this would go, because when they naturalize you, They're going to want you to take certain medical improvements, quote unquote. All right, they're going to want them to, if they're having birth, they're going to want them to have a certain facility for that, and then sign. Hey, Esau, we know how he gets down. All right. Even now, with the naturalization process and them giving out work visas, and which this shit is all bullshit, but permission to work. All right, they're taking the time on that so they can filter people in and get all their information and their credentials. All right, and I can see that as well. And what they'll probably do is use these camps to do that. In order to get work, you got to come through here. You got to get this paperwork. You got to be registered, take your picture, maybe biometrics, do these tests. All right, and then, people probably go through that too. Okay, matter of fact, we're just gonna do this with everybody. So I'm just thinking out loud, because we already know, tells you in First Maccabees, he said what? Antiochus wanted all to be one people, everybody to leave their own law. And this man is the same. Everybody becomes one world order, one people, one nation under God. And we know how that goes. Lord willing, this is edifying, though. The Wadi Yahabashim Hawashai for the inspiration. And Shalom, Mike.